My HGV Insurance is proud to sponsor Trucking TV. Let us take the stress out of arranging your HGV insurance.
A disused former mineral and construction materials quarry and processing facility in Kent, presently being used as an overnight and daytime truck stop by a popular transport cafe, is in danger of being closed down by the local Shepway District Council. The site is close to Junction 11 on the M20 between the villages of Newing Green and Sellinge on the old A20 main road. Existing nearby truck stops are always full overnight, and Kent suffers from considerable HGV parking due to the county's poor provision of proper parking sites. If the site is closed, around 100 additional lorries will be searching for overnight parking near to Dover and the Channel Tunnel. Trucking TV has been trying to get to the facts behind the story, especially as Kent County Council says that it's desperate to find additional truck parking in the area to alleviate both Operation Stack and other commercial vehicle parking issues. Meanwhile, one of its district councils seems equally desperate to close down a truck parking site. To try and discover what's been going on, we talked to Pat Breen, owner of the Airport Cafe on the old A20, who operates the parking site.
We have been running a transport cafe with a small parking area for basically our customers, and there's another parking setup being set at the back on some other land. We've had problems there, not just lorry stacking, but lorries generally parking and causing the parking area for our regular customers on a daily basis to be taken up by lorries who could find nowhere to park within the A20 and M20 corridor due to lorry parks being full up. So we approached the owner of a site directly opposite us and said to him, would it be a possibility we could take it on a two-year temporary basis as an overflow parking area for these lorries, and also maybe to help the village, the lay-bys and everything along this particular section of road. We started setting it up, there was objections immediately, so we then applied for retrospective planning, which has now reached a crescendo locally. And there's a meeting on Tuesday night involving a committee, and they're going to make a decision to basically close as advised by the Chief Planning Officer. Well, we're really concerned because we thought that a lorry park that had been approved at Stanford North was now going to be in a situation where it was open, and we could then divert and send those lorries to somewhere else to park, and then we would be able to shut and wouldn't have the problem that we'd originally had with lorries parking all through our car park at the Airport Cafe.
You never wanted to run a permanent lorry park. What you wanted to do was actually help solve the problem until Kent County Council sort it out properly.
Well, exactly. I'm 66 years of age. I was doing this on a temporary basis until somebody else came up with a solution to help these drivers who are coming from abroad, and they have, they've got a time factor, they've got to park somewhere. And it just seems that we've done our best to alleviate the situation, although we thought it would only be temporary. As you will see from the planning application, it was a 2-year temporary setup. But in that time, neither Kent County Council, Shepway, or anyone else has come up with any solution or provided any parking whatsoever for these drivers. So when we close next week, as we think we will have to, which is being forced on us by Shepway, I don't know where these 100 and odd lorries per day are going to park.
Okay, let's look back at your site again. I've looked at your site on Google Maps, and it looks as if it's a good long way away from any nearby residences. It's not close to a housing concentration or anything.
We've got a house to the rear of us, which is, I would probably estimate to be a quarter of a mile away. The nearest house is half a mile from the Airport Cafe one way and probably half a mile the other way. We've had complaints from neighbours particularly about maybe dust or rubbish. And every time that we get one of these, we try to accommodate them and be helpful. We've recently just received a message from the nearest resident on Folkestone side of us, half a mile away, saying what a good job our Gurkhas are making of cleaning all the rubbish in the hedgerows and the side of the road. We've gone out of our way to then alleviate the dust problem by a bowser to water down if there is any problem. So each item that's come up, we tried to deal with it and be fair with the local community.
What about the traffic going through the village? There's been a lot of comments about that, Pat.
Well, we seem to have received a lot of complaints from the village of the number of lorry movements through there, and I fully understand if that was happening. I've got every sympathy with everybody in the village, and if I was near the lorry park, I would feel exactly the same. But we think we have actually tried to direct the traffic as much as possible to junction 11. We've got a no left turn sign, and although we monitor it as well as we can, we will get the odd lorry that will go through the village. But the KCC have recently done a survey in March where they monitored the traffic movements leaving the lorry park, and according to them, 96.7% of the lorries go to junction 11. So 96.7% of 73 lorries leaves hardly any leaving our lorry park going to the village. Whether they're coming from the industrial estate at Lim, which has grown and are now running trucks in out 24/7 with refrigerated trucks, we don't know, because we've never gone out to monitor that.
So it seems really that you've done all you can to make it work properly, and you're actually helping to relieve a general problem that Kent itself has got, but you're just being pushed back all the time.
Well, we've gone out of our way to try to help the situation, as you say. I've been reading documents that Kent County Council have been sending out, where they now are looking at a series of smaller lorry parks, which would be absolutely fantastic. But we thought we could work with Kent County Council and work with Shepway Council, even on this temporary basis, where they might consider coming along, having a discussion with us, and if there is an issue with access or whatever, we could sit down around the table and see if any way we could get over this until some other lorry parking is in situ, and then they can say, well, fine, look, what we'll do this until we find somewhere else, then we will give you 1 month's notice to close down. I would be absolutely over the moon, and it wouldn't have bothered me.
Listening to Pat Breen, it's clear that his intention has never been to run a permanent overnight truck parking site, but to provide a temporary parking facility until Kent County Council or a district council like Shepway manage to find and open the appropriate commercial vehicle facilities that reflect their area's needs and that they keep complaining about the lack of. Trucking TV believes that the airport cafe's temporary planning permission for a 73 truck overnight truck park on a previously industrial quarry site looks like a sensible and creative use of a no longer needed site until another better use can be found, or until more proper truck parking is available. More news soon on Trucking TV.
Why not give us a call on 0161 410 1061 when you're arranging your HGV insurance, or visit our website at www.myhgvinsurance.co.uk or our Facebook page at HGV Insurance, and let us take the stress out of arranging your HGV insurance.